Hello and welcome to this episode of I Don't Know Jack About Parenting, where today I'm going to be talking about how you can empower your kids to give 100% effort in anything they do. So the big question is this: how are parents like us, who don't have a manual, who are doing the best we can, who feel as though we aren't enough, how are we going to raise healthy, happy children who we are proud of and still keep our sanity in that process? That's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Ryan Roy, and welcome to I Don't Know Jack About Parenting, a podcast for parents who are being real with themselves. Hello, and welcome back to this episode of I Don't Know Jack About Parenting, where today I'm going to be talking about how you can empower your children to give 100% effort in anything that they do. I just want to share with you what even prompted this. My son is in the middle of baseball season. I don't want to say quite in the middle, but we're 2 games into the baseball season. He, for lack of anything else, he's not the best guy on the team. But I've always told him that as long as he gives his best effort, he gives 100% of what he is capable of, as long as he's getting in front of the ball or he's chasing down the ball, his effort, the skills will come, but it's all about his effort. And as long as he has 2 rules, we have 2 rules going into every practice and every game. And I ask him every day when we're in the car getting off to practice, I say, hey, what's the first goal today? And he's like, to have fun. Fantastic. What's the second rule? Or the second goal is to have 100% effort, right? Play to the best of his ability. And then I tell him, if you have fun, we're going to walk away with a smile. If you give best effort, you have no regrets. And if you do those 2 things, your skills will improve. But it's not just on the baseball field. And it's not about the result. In today's world, unfortunately, we're results-based. And kids watch sports, and they watch managers of baseball teams and coaches of football teams and basketball teams. When our teams aren't winning, they just get fired. We're in a society where if the results aren't what we want, we're going to make a change, and we don't allow time, energy, and hard work and effort be the true test of whether or not somebody has the ability to, in those cases, be a winner. But it translates into the classroom. Dad, I don't really understand. He studies Spanish every day. He's in what's called dual language immersion. And he has Spanish half the day and English half the day. And Spanish just isn't his strong suit. I said, are you giving 100% effort? If you try your hardest, because he's good at math, he's good at science, he's good at writing in English, he has a challenge with the Spanish and speaking it. But because he gives forth so much effort everywhere else, I don't focus on his results or how many words he could speak or how many sentences he could write in Spanish. Are you giving your best effort? Like, there's those kids that just aren't that good at math. Do you sit there and say, hey, you're not good at it, and beat them up? Or are you asking them, are you giving your best effort? Your best effort, your 100% is C work? And guess what? I applaud you for your 100% effort. Like, I don't know jack about parenting. You guys know this. But it just makes a lot of sense to me to empower our children with not a result-based, but an effort-based scenario. And if they're giving the effort, and they're trying their best, I personally think that's all we can ask of them. So we're going to talk about baseball practice last night. And this is what really prompted this, is the coach. First off, I'll proud dad moment. My son got the game ball in the first game. I was super excited. He had a good game, and I wasn't excited that he was getting a game ball. I got excited because of what Coach said as he was giving him the game ball. He acknowledged a kid who had never played catcher before, and he said, "You went out there, and I think that's your permanent position. We need a guy like you back there. You did awesome." He acknowledged him. He goes, but today's game ball is going to somebody who not just in tonight's game gave 100% effort, but in every practice we've had gives 100% effort, and that translated into tonight's game. In addition to that, he had a good game, and he mentioned some of the things he did in the game, and for that, the game ball goes to Christian Roy. And my son lit up because he thought it was going to somebody else who gave effort. I tell him to focus on him and what he's doing, so he doesn't pay attention to what everybody else is doing, because that's not his job. His job is to give 100% effort, and when he focuses on him, we get the results. We get in the car and he has the game ball. He's like, "Dad, I got the game ball." I said, "But why did you get the game ball?" He goes, "You always tell me to give 100% effort, and that's what Coach said." And then I was specific in where he did things. A ball got by him at second base, but as it got by him, he tumbled over, somersaulted, and started sprinting to the outfield, not giving up because he missed. But then he communicated to his teammates who were out there not paying attention, and he's like, "Get the ball, get the ball." And the guy got the ball right before him, but was in better position to throw it, as he was running away from the infield and this guy was running towards the infield. He communicated. He didn't give up. He showed strong effort. He got a base hit. He got an out at second at one point. He had all of these good things happening in a losing effort, but had 100% effort the entire time. So how does this translate to you, parents? How can you implement this? When you're talking to your kids, don't talk about winning or losing. When you're talking to your kids, don't talk about grades and what those expectations are. But what you do tell them is, you give 100% effort, mommy and daddy are going to be proud of you. And when you give 100% effort, we set an expectation here this way: I know that the grades will be good. I know that the results will be good because you're trying your best. And as long as you do that throughout life, young lady, young man, your life is going to be a good one. And mommy and daddy will always be proud of you. Don't focus on the result, parents. Focus on the process. Because the journey, the process, is where we should get the most gratification. In this process of being a parent, I got a tremendous amount of gratification when the coach says to my son last night after practice, he's the last one, he says, "I'm not supposed to say this, and I'm not even supposed to think this, but I'm going to say it to you, young man. You are my favorite kid on the team because you always play your heart out." And his own son was right there. He goes, "Dad, I thought I was supposed to be your favorite." He goes, "You're my favorite by default. But on this team, and in the way this kid plays, he's my favorite outside of you." So my son gets in the car, and he says, "Dad, I don't understand why I'm his favorite." I said, "Because you're focused on you, and you're focused on your energy, and you're focused on your effort. And coach appreciates. It's easy to coach a kid who's given 100%. But it's really hard to coach those kids that are not paying attention and not doing things because they're not even giving the effort. It's hard to teach skills when you're not paying attention and you're always focused. And for that, daddy's proud of you. And for that, coach is proud of you. And for that, you should be proud of yourself, because that's what we've talked about for the last 9 years, is you giving 100% effort. And now it's paying off in the form of a game ball and coach acknowledging you that you're one of his favorites. As a dad, every day I worry that I'm not doing this right. every day. You may hear it in my voice right now, getting a little choked up, because my boys are the most important thing in the world to me. But when other people recognize the hard work and effort, this isn't something that happens overnight. I just said to you, 9 years of work. And when you get those little moments of other people seeing your hard work and recognizing it, those are the moments that make me proud to be his father. I'll see you in the next episode. Do you want to be the dad you wish you had? If so, go get my free book, Be the Dad You Wish You Had, at BeTheDadYouWishYouHad.com. Inside, you'll find my most effective 40 tips to quickly and easily transform yourself into the ideal dad. Go to BeTheDadYouWishYouHad.com now and get it while it's free.